for the best in universal premium ester-containing engine oils and fuel additives for both petrol and diesel engines. Check the links in the description.
Jordan, welcome to the channel.
Nice to be here.
Mate, my pleasure, especially with a car that's so notorious in the game, the fastest Lamborghini in the world.
Quickest, actually. It's
quickest.
Big distinction. We went 698 at 211 miles an hour, which is fast, but it's not technically the fastest, but we are the quickest, and ET wins drag races, not mile an hour.
What's the goal this year, because your exhibition?
Well, the goal right now is just to get it out. We just came off of our being the first Lambo ever, or the first R8 for that matter, in the sixes, and we're just coming out to hopefully be the quickest V10 platform on the property. The first pass off the trailer was nice and easy. It was a 740, I think 180 miles an hour. Just seeing how the track was, if we could get the car to short track and accelerate well out of the hole. It's doing that, so we're going to turn it up a bit more and see how much more ET we can chop off of things. Maybe a little more power, a little more aggressive launch.
This actually had an issue with wheeling off the line that you had to overcome.
Quite a notorious photo going around the internet with the front of the car about 5 feet off the ground, and the internet loved that one. While it was very cool to look at, it was less cool to drive and also not very fast. So a lot of what the team at AMS or Alpha Performance has been really focusing on is figuring out the chassis. It's a very difficult chassis because of the weight distribution being the way it is on a track with a big sticky tire that's prepped. You have a hard time accelerating. You start accelerating at an X rate and you try to put more in and the nose just starts coming up. So it's been something we've battled. The tuners and the and the techs and the mechanical engineers at AMS have burned the mid-eyed oil, and we finally got it to a point where we could get our 460 something 8th mile, which is going to make the car go a 6, and we did. So we're a long way there, but there's always different variables with the track condition and all sorts of stuff like that that affect how you need to set the car up for the event. And we have a great team. We'll get it figured out.
Wicked. So tell us a little bit about the build of this car, because you have many different packages, right?
So this would be what's referred to as the Alpha Omega. So that's always kind of the shop car, shall we say. It's a good way to put it is we break it so you don't have to. Obviously, they market packages that are turnkey, well sorted, well thought out, and the only way to know what's going to be reliable and live and function and be rewarding for the owner is to know what the limits are and stay within them. So this car exists to push those limits, find those limits, and when you find them, you come up with a solution. And this is a rolling test bed for all their product. I think the results speak for themselves. There's efficacy in the product.
So with all this power, still a cast block?
Cast block, cast sleeve block. I think it's AMS's Stage 3 short block is in their nomenclature. It's got their Stage 5 transmission in it. A lot of the parts that we use to get this into the sixes were developed to get it there, have trickled down into their packages to ensure reliability. If we're not breaking it at this power level, I don't think you are either.
Yeah, for sure. And what kind of power would this car be making?
This car, I think in Maryland, when we went 698 at 211, I think it was making roughly maybe 28 to 2850 wheel horsepower. So I mean, it's a lot. It's a 4,000 pound car with me in it, so it's not light, and it trapped 211 miles an hour. So dyno sheets aside, if you know anything about power to weight ratio and trap speed, that's a lot.
Yeah, it's a lot. It's a lot. It's a lot. And this has actually been down into the ones, 60 to 130.
Currently it's the overall record holder on draggy for 60 to 130 for the Lambos and or V8s. It's been 184 on track, obviously. So that's a pretty cooking 60 to 130, and I believe it's been maybe 250 something or 150 or 160, maybe 1 to 150. We have great partners we work with. We have Garrett, who's been helping us out with turbos. We're running their G45 1600 80mm turbos. They put up a lot of punishment, and they just go in, they work, Additionally, we use Motec. I think we're running MANNOL rods. I think, yeah, like really good partners.
It's
people
good,
that allow the car to stay together and be out here. So we're very, very happy for their support.
Great, great. $723, 205, flying, absolutely flying. That thing is wild, being behind it. When I let off that shot on launch control, I had to check myself to make sure I wasn't, you know what I mean, hit. Right.
After witnessing firsthand a low 7-second pass in the crazy Alpha Omega, Jordan was keen to get me out on the road in what he considered a slightly more tame 1700 wheel horsepower AMS Build.
Just hanging around you, seeing some of the cars that you guys have here today at this event is absolutely insane.
This is what we would call the other end of the spectrum, something a bit more mild, but also a lot of fun.
I love how you say mild. Now let's just tell him how much power this car actually makes.
Like 1700 and some at the wheels, give or take.
So for my UK heads, that's probably close to 2000 brake horsepower.
Yeah, something like that.
And it's all wrapped up in something that looks pretty damn subtle.
Well, and that's the point of this car, is it's not terribly flashy. It's actually a nice car to drive.
Sure.
It doesn't have oversized turbos, so it spools nice, it's responsive. It's got mufflers, it's quiet. It's on a 20-inch tire, so it's not on a drag radius. It preserves the handling and the character of the car.
Sure.
It just goes a hell of a lot faster when called upon.
Some people on my channel will be accustomed to twin turbo builds.
Yes.
Do you want to run us through the kind of spec of the car?
Yeah, so this is what AMS would refer to as an Alpha 16 package. So it uses Garrett G40 turbos, and then additionally it uses an AMS built motor and an AMS built trans using Dodson components. I think it uses MANNOL rods and CP pistons. It all gets put together in-house, which is nice because it's very tight integration. It's kind of like how it's Apple versus Android, you know?
Yep.
Go buy a bunch of stuff from other people and have 3 different guys put it together and tune it, versus it's all done in-house, tight integration. I personally like that. Everything works.
Yep.
Something does go wrong, there's no finger pointing.
For sure,
So
for sure.
It works great. I drive this on the street regularly. I daily drive it.
Yep.
I think this one with a radio would probably be somewhere in the high 7s maybe. You could expect like on this tire, like a 20-inch Toyo, you can get like a 270-something, 6130 on the street out of it pretty easily.
That's insane.
It's got an understated wing, not the big one. It's not purple. It doesn't have a bunch of shit hanging off the front of it.
I have clocked these wheels.
Yeah.
Tell us a little about the wheels.
So these are forged lines. We really prefer running them on the cars. They make a great wheel. We run them on the race cars, the street cars, but this specific set is cool. We have a situation now where the curtains here, it's a carbon barrel, match the drapes.
They match the drapes, brother.
Very high quality wheel, light, strong.
Yeah.
And it just looks awesome on the car, in my opinion, of course. Different strokes for different folks.
No, I would agree with you. Now, when it comes to management, Motec?
Yes, Motec.
Okay.
And then the TCM tuning is all done in-house by AMS. I think pretty much every twin turbo builder in the industry at this point uses AMS's trans tune as standard. I mean, any record we're speaking about is held by that trans tune.
There you go.
And then obviously for the street, I think they have really good drivability. The drivability is dialed in so well. And then obviously Miles and Jake and Martin tune at AMS, and they did the ECM Motec end of it.
Okay.
It's just a really well integrated, well put together package.
Yeah, sure.
Smooth. Everything's good. It's efficient, putting power down. It doesn't get antisocial. It goes straight.
That's it. Well, that's what we like. And in the UK, basically, we have a saying: the proof of the pudding is in the eating. So, shall we go and eat?
We'll let her eat.
Yeah, let's go eat, brother. All right, guys. So we're out in this crazy R8, and I honestly, this is like, it's just come out of nowhere. So this is like real last minute, but so cool that it's happening. This is already the most powerful R8 I've ever stepped foot in, and like we were just saying off camera, it's you would never know cruising now.
Yeah, we're having a nice conversation. It's not unbearably loud. The shifts are smooth.
Yeah, there's nothing to give away the power that it has. And as you say, it's built to be driven. It's built to be usable. But also, when someone pulls up next to you, absolutely leave them in the
Yeah,
desk.
when the occasion calls for it, it can deliver. We'll bring her down. That was enough of that. So.
Honestly, like my whole body, but my soul left my body right there.
But
like,
it's smooth. You notice that.
It was so smooth, but like, that was like launch control whilst you was rolling.
Oh no, we can do that. I mean,
that.
It's got rolling anti-lag, so you can. So you get the idea. So you get the idea.
Brother, I love that. That's so addictive, man. The way the boost comes in is crazy too. It's not laggy at all. Like it's just
Short gearing.
Yeah, man. Feeds it in so well. Honestly, thank you. I'll shake your hand because
Anytime.
mate,
If we
this
get the
is a
Performante
pleasure.
out, if there's a time that permits it, like
Okay.
that is considerably, more hectic. I mean,
Okay.
it goes straight. Don't get me wrong, but
Yeah,
it is
yeah.
just.
It's wild.
Well, yeah. I mean,
So is
think
it-
500 to 600 more horsepower and
Yeah,
more
yeah, for
tires.
sure,
So I
for
mean,
sure.
I think on the street, this thing on a really good day, this would do like a 270, 60 to 130, which I don't
Okay.
know if that means much to
That
you.
does mean a lot to me. That's
And,
very fast.
Yeah, the Performante on track has been in the 220s. And then
silly.
on the street, it's been in like the 250s, and that's
Yeah,
not
it's
really turning it up out the back end. So
Yeah, that's silly numbers.
yeah, and then Omega on the other hand has been in the 180s on track. So it's just
1.8.
mild, medium, and spicy,
Yeah,
and then muy
that's-
caliente. And
All right, guys, so we've just pulled back up from a nice little ride in this crazy twin turbo R8, 1700 wheel horsepower. It's a lot of power. It is a lot of power on street tires, on the street. Of course, a massive shout out to Jordan for making this happen from AMS. Massive shout out to Andrew from Motive Video for hooking this little feature up. Guys, if you have enjoyed the feature, make sure you smash the subscribe button, hit the thumbs up. I'll leave links down below to Jordan and AMS so you can find them. So, with that said, catch you on the next one. Peace out.